What's up guys, Duarte here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and today we are going back to our war matchups and we have X-Men against Asgardians. Now this is a very important match. Many people use the X-Men against the Asgardians. It's a good option, but now we have many other options. But either way, it's a good way if you want to punch up 50k, 100k, even more than that if you feel confident on your team. So we are going to take a look at the position of the team, the best position for the X-Men, the best members, the best T-Force, and after that we are going to take a look at a few clips and see how they do in action. But before that, I want to say thanks to everyone who liked and commented on my last video on the top 20 best characters for Arena Defense, a very requested video. And I want to remind my viewers once again that 60% of you are not subscribed, so if you like my content, I hope today is the day you consider subscribing. And if you really like it, you can also share it with your friends on Discord and Facebook and so on, especially on these war videos that are so important. War currency is so important. You have so many good characters like Carnage, Pyro, you have Mr. Sinister, you have those mini uniques, so many good things on the war store. So it's very important that we can share these videos and do a little bit more than just punch across or punch down. And you don't have to show off like I'm going to do on these clips, but at least we can do a little better and help each other out by sharing these videos. Okay, so with all that said, we are taking a look at the X-Men, and my favorite X-Men to use against the Asgardians right now is Phoenix, Cyclops, Psylocke, Storm, and Colossus. We might change Storm for Beast in the future, because right now Storm is not doing much, because even that her slow is important, it's not relevant for most of the matches, and she's so squishy that if we have a Beast instead of her, it's going to make a big difference, and probably instead of punching 100k we'll be able to punch 150k easily or 200k easily because of all the buffs he provides and the fact that you can flip stealths with his basic. So taking a look at the first character, we are taking a look at Phoenix, and while you don't need all the T-Force on her for this matchup, the ones that I recommend the most are going to be the passive, the ultimate, and the basic. The basic is very important because it does so much damage and attacks many targets when she's in Dark Phoenix mode. On her normal form, they are just okay, but at least the ultimate is good as well to dispel Sif if you have to. Many times she's full of buffs and she has a lot of resistance. Now let's go to the next character. We have Cyclops, and the most important T4 on Cyclops is the passive. The ultimate can be very useful as well, and sometimes it's crucial that you have that extra boost in his ultimate to finish those beefy allies that are over 100k gear tier 14 and so on. So yeah, if you want to consider his ultimate as a T4, and if you want to keep him at level 65, it's a good option to make sure that she dies. The other ones are not so relevant, but this ability is very important. You can use this ability on Sif, and Cyclops is going to apply taunt to one of the other characters, and sometimes that's very useful against the Asgardians. Now Wolverine, we are not going to use him on this setup. He's very basic and it doesn't do much against this fight. Then we have Psylocke. Now Psylocke, she has her passive that is amazing. You don't need to use any T-Force on Psylocke for her to be good, but her passive applies evade to X-Men when they go below 50% HP. That's very relevant. Also, she applies counters. Counters can be very relevant as well, because many times we need single target damage on this matchup, so we don't kill too many Gregs. And in case we have extra debuffs that Phoenix didn't talk away, we can use her ultimate to send them to Hela or Thor or something like that. And the special is also very nice because you can dispel a few buffs. Unfortunately, only two, and sometimes it's not enough. If it was like more buffs with T4 or something like that, Psylocke would be a little bit more relevant, but we are having her here mostly for the passive, and for the ultimate the special is just something that can be useful but very rarely. Now we have Storm. Like I said, Storm, she's okay on this team. The best that she can give is the assists and the speed up. That's very relevant, and especially when you are trying to attack a single target, all those assists and speed ups are going to be very relevant. Sometimes her special, Ice Storm, is okay if you can get the slows, but that depends that she'll get the charges and that she doesn't die, but she's very fragile. She's a glass cannon and she dies very easily. And sometimes her basic can be very annoying because it can kill Gregs, and that's not good. We don't want that for most of the fight. Then we have Colossus. Colossus is our tank. Now it's very important that you do his passive, but it's not 100% necessary. He has a few other tricks with his basic and with the other abilities that are okay, but the T4s you want to consider is the passive, and maybe if you use him with Storm and Psylocke a lot, the basic, but I would probably stay away from it for a while, unless you use like this team everywhere, which is not the case. And yeah, he's going to be our tank. He's going to be next to Phoenix, and he's gonna take all the damage in the face. And now we have the new character, but we are not going to be able to use him, but he's probably the one who's going to be in the team in the future. Beast. He can heal up, he can give regen to all mutants, he can give defense up, offense up, speed up, and energy to all X-Men allies. He can flip buffs on the enemies with his basic. He has up to 4 heals between regens and direct heals and so on. He has so many tools. He's just a great character. He's going to make this team so much more efficient that yeah, it will definitely improve how efficient the X-Men team is. Now, in terms of positioning, this is the best positioning for the X-Men. You want Cyclops to be as far away from Phoenix and Colossus as possible, because he's very, very squishy, and like that it will prevent that he doesn't take any splash damage in the face. Then after, you want Storm next to him, because you want her to give as many assists and speed ups as possible, and she's sort of a glass cannon as well, very fragile, so as far away from the tank and counter as possible. And then we can have Psylocke in the middle. She has 1 more dodge than the other ones. Her passive also benefits her, and she also starts with 1 dodge at the beginning of the fight. So even that she is not super beefy to be next to Colossus, at least she's a little bit more resistant than the other ones. So yeah, that's why she's in the middle, and hopefully she can survive as long as possible to give all those buffs that we need. Okay, so now we are going to take a look at a few matchups. The first matchup is going to be a 100,000 punch up, and here I was still using my old team with Wolverine instead of Psylocke, but Psylocke is way better than Wolverine. The fact that she gives all those evades and counters, it allows you to have more single target damage and to have more survivability because of the evades. But yeah, like Wolverine is still a possibility. He can still be useful on the late game of this fight, because he can focus on one target with his ultimate. Maybe it's Hela, and that big burst damage that he does with his ultimate can be useful. So yeah, so Hela did her ultimate, it's all fine, and Phoenix takes all away. Now what we want to do is single target on Thor as much as possible, or at least until he's at around 50%, 51%, 52%, so he doesn't go in stealth, and then just keep him there so we can then destroy him with Phoenix and Cyclops. And by attacking him, we prevent that we get charges on him as well. So now we have Sif taunting. This is when you want to use Phoenix ultimate or Psylocke special, and just pray that she will remove the taunt. Phoenix died. Now this is very crucial. You need to be careful that your basic doesn't kill any Gregs. You don't want that to happen, otherwise Hela will heal up too much and you might not have enough burst damage to kill all of them at the same time. So be careful with your basics with Phoenix. So you have to decide between using the basic or using the special. Okay, so there we use the basic because it was an assist instead of normal attack. It only attacked one target. Now you're gonna see that situation. I use the special so I don't kill the Greg. And now he's stealthing on everyone. Cyclops is almost full. And then Storm slows them so we have more time for Cyclops to attack. And then almost everyone died, but we have the problem of Hela surviving, and now we have to do single target damage to her to make sure that the Gregs died. We were lucky there with the assist and we were able to kill her, and now we just have to clean up the house. Sif alone has no chance against 4 X-Men. So yeah, easy matchup, 100k punch up. Okay, now we have another matchup, 110k punch up against the Asgardians. They have the medbay up and they still have the anger up, and I'm still using the old version of the team, but the last one will be a bigger punch up and it's going to be with a new version of the team. But yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. We just need to be careful with the Hela so we don't get stuck in a situation where there are so many Gregs that we cannot kill her because she's healing up so much. So Phoenix takes all the defense ups, defense downs away and heal blocks. There I single target Thor to give him defense down. Sif already with a taunt up. Now everyone has defense down, that's great, that's going to be very useful. Trying to get as many charges as possible with the Cyclops. There I can do the basic. I still opt for the special, but I could have done the basic because the Greg is far away. And maybe we could have removed that taunt, and then Thor would not charge up his passive so fast. Now we have Storm. We're gonna try to slow them down, maybe stun. Thor almost full. So it's getting dangerous. We don't have defense up. At this point is when we want to use the special of Colossus. So he gets deflects on everyone, and we are able to resist Thor's passive and also Thor's ultimate that many times can stun Cyclops, and then you cannot do your combo. Okay, so unfortunately we were not able to kill Hela, and now you can see the amount of Gregs. But we were able to clean up right after, so that's it. Pretty good, 110k punch up. Okay, now we are playing with the big boys. We are facing a 440,000 Asgardians with a 110k Hela, and they only have the medbay left, and we still have the armory, the hangar, and the defense down. I think it's from the security or something. And we are using the new version of the team, and yeah, let's see how it goes. 145k punch up, so a little bit higher than the last one. Okay, so here we go. They focus on Colossus. He's almost dead. Oh my god, he's dead already. Nice. And everyone already has dodge and counter from Psylocke. Phoenix is exposed with defense down, so she'll be dying fast. Hopefully she will not die way too fast. We need the Cyclops to get at least one more turn so he can do his ultimate, otherwise it's going to be pointless. So Phoenix dies, Cyclops gets offense up. Let's see, we need to remove the taunt from Sif. She resisted, or we removed the wrong buffs. We used the special with Phoenix so she can apply regeneration to all the other characters, so he can have a little bit more survivability, because at this point they have the evade, so if they go back up they will get evade again. Okay, so Thor attacked with his passive. Psylocke was not able to give her evade to Phoenix because she has disrupt. That's very, very bad. Now we have Cyclops with his ultimate. He is able to kill half of the team. There we are lucky and we resist the stun, but Cyclops got hit in the face. And then Phoenix cleans up the house. And yeah, here in this match, Psylocke was very crucial because of all the evades she gave and the counters and so on. And that makes a huge difference. Like, she can give 2 or 3 rounds of evades based on how near you get around 50%, and then if you use the special from Phoenix or to get regeneration on everyone, so that takes them above 50% once again, and then they can go down again, and then 1 more round of evades. So yeah guys, that's gonna be the video. X-Men versus Asgardians, 100k punch up, 110k punch up, and then 145k punch up. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. You smash that like button like a X-Men, and if you're new to my channel, consider subscribing. Like 60% of my viewers are not subscribed, so please consider that. If you found this video helpful and if you think it's going to help some alliance mate and so on, make sure you share it on Facebook, Discord, and so on, wherever you find use for it. And with that said, I will see you guys later.